sand. And that, to me, didn't represent what the message I understood
Well,
someone
posted on X, as Liz Jones reported, this isn't what cancer looks like. Other sufferers will feel, well, I'm doing it all wrong. What? Others commented, why are the wardrobe changes, the soft music, the slow motion? Yeah. It was intended to show they're a happy family, but you have to try this hard, ...
Hang on, for 1 minute. Let's just cut the woman some slack. We were like braying animals at the bars when she released a homespun photograph with a little bit of tweaking here and there.
Yeah.
So can you blame her for going all out schmaltz and taking a leaf out of the Oh So Californian book? To be fair, I totally understand why this was choreographed to within 1 inch of its life. It's what we asked for.
But then compare it with the video that we had at the end of March. Forgive me if I'm incorrect about that day. When Kate had to, sadly, she was forced, she was pushed into telling us that very personal detail about her cancer journey.
That was soft focus, daffodils waving.
But it was her. In this video, Piers,
Wait for it.
didn't see Catherine. What I saw was something that felt like an actress using the words of Catherine. And that I thought was very interesting because, as I said, I wondered whether this was about having some kind of polished control in the narrative exercise, rather than Catherine being able to say, everyone, I've made it through this very difficult hurdle and I'm on to the next stage. I would also question some of the wording that was used. For example, I'm here holding your hand, other cancer sufferers. I would have thought we would have seen that. I would have thought we would have seen Catherine.
You mean literally see her with other...
Stop it.
The cancer
Absolutely.
patients. Yeah, but you see, I would take issue with that because when I read that last line, I thought what I liked about it, and we'll come to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex element of this, but everything they do, in my opinion, and we can argue about this, is self-aggrandizing. It's to promote themselves. It's to do, whatever they want to do.
This was the charity work. This was work with Invictus.
This was a princess laying herself bare and saying, "I understand that."
Wait for it.
There are a lot of people out there with cancer. And I just want you to know that I'm metaphorically here with you. That's why I'm doing this. I want to shine a light on cancer and everything else. I thought that was powerful. Isn't that actually the duty and role of the monarchy, is that the senior players do, even though we know they live in palaces, we know they have servants, we know they have all the trinkets, ultimately they put a kind of metaphorical arm around and say, we're with you. They're like the country's comfort blanket.
I totally agree. And that was the issue. That was the juxtaposition for me, because I was hearing these words and I was confused as to, OK, I mean, I've got family members who have thankfully survived their cancer journeys. It didn't look anything like that. And that's not to say that Catherine's journey needs to look like my family member's journey or anybody else's journey.
Let me bring in Tom. Is that a fair...
No, because you don't know what the journey was like. I mean,
I'm accepting
what
that.
What we're seeing is the end of the journey, so to speak. And, she wanted to reintroduce herself to the public. I thought it was very, very wonderful to see the happy family. I think they have to appeal to the youth of Britain, who are not natural monarchists. They wanted to show that they were a happy family again. And what's the alternative? That she should sit and do a piece to camera, po-face? I mean, how should she...
Well, to not pan.
But what about... I have seen the criticism that if she talked about holding the hands of everyone who's got cancer, maybe having some footage of her actually with other people.
Do that another time. She clearly hasn't got over it. She's got through the chemotherapy. There's a lot more to go.
It'll be 5 years before any doctor says...
You're out of remission. Exactly. Yeah. All she wanted to do was say, I'm back. Last time she did it with the photo, she was criticised. She's criticised whatever she does. That's the terrible thing about this discussion. She can't get it right for some people.
But actually...
For me, she can only get it right because she is the future of the monarchy. And if that is the way she is advised to reintroduce herself, if that is the way in which, in this beautiful film, schmucky but lovely, that is the way to...
Funny enough, I think it was all from her. I just got the real feeling she wasn't advised to do it this way. She decided...
Well, she chooses her advisors.
Yeah.
And her advisors give her what she wants and then translate it into that film. I think that's fine. I think, you know, she has got to imagine, and I think this is right from her point of view, she's got to take the monarchy on to the next stage. She's got to anticipate that there's a whole new 2 generations.
And young people, you know, the monarchy's getting slightly less popular, right, as the years go by.
It's bombed out recently.
Well, it's getting slightly less popular. They are the big stars of this royal family. All the polls show that William and Kate are the top 2 most popular by a mile in this country, and that, you know, the bottom 3, Prince Andrew, Harry, Meghan.
I appreciate that you are.
I didn't put them there.
Very carefully.
They're there because of their behaviour.
Well, you say
Stop it.
I tried to tell
but, you know,
you can't kid the public for that long. So
if the public are being given one particular piece of information,
but let's remind
and that particular piece of information is being repeated consistently.
Well, I think people get judged on their own actions, actually.
Well, if they did get judged on their own actions...
Let's come to them in a moment. I want to make a point, though, Tessa, about this. That the King still has cancer.
Yeah.
We don't know how serious that is. He's been seen out and about. But, you know, you're 75 and you've got cancer. That's pretty serious. So we don't know how long he will be with us. I mean, I hope for a very long period of time. But if, God forbid, you know, he suddenly deteriorated and wasn't with us, William is suddenly propelled to be the king of this country. And Kate will be his queen. And the future of the monarchy, as Tom said, rests on their shoulders.
But I actually thought, and I want to go back to the set dressing, timeless England, a forest, the ancient oak.
Yeah.
This idea of a land that will endure irrespective of who monarchy is. And we see several options. We see young George. Oh, he talks. Oh, he's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. We see William loving his wife, or otherwise, and Charles is in the background. This is about the future and beyond. What disturbed me slightly, and here there were echoes with American Riviera Orchard, is the way in which the 2 leading female protagonists, Kate and Meghan, are taking us way back when to the 1950s. Meghan with her mixing bowl and flowers, Kate skipping through cornfields, the sort of fecund mother, you know, making a recovery just to be loving and loved, and maybe a little bit of light work. And actually, I don't think that is representative of the standard woman who gets cancer, who's a mother and who's also having to bushfight on other fronts. And I think I wanted something that spoke to modern women today, and neither of our Meghan or Kate.
Do you want a shot of her in hospital getting the tablet, the chemotherapy tablet?
No, but it was very old-fashioned. It wasn't
old-fashioned. It wasn't old-fashioned because the Queen would never have done it. It was very